specialists for North Carolina. Wambach at the face-off dot. Gianfrancaro in goal are among the best in the country.
Wambach fourth nationally, and the one-on-one matchup against Johnny Mullen is going to be epic tonight in the Dome. Michael Gianfrancaro, when he's on, he is legit and so hot. However, in the 3 losses, all 3 of those games, Cotter, he's under 50%. He needs to have a big day today in the 15 save range.
In terms of face-off winning percentage, Brady Wambach, 4th in the country. His opponent today, John Mullen, 7th. So a battle of titans to see who will win face-offs and win the majority of possessions in the Dome. You see what they did at the face-off circle last year. These 2 titans, very evenly matched. Going to be one of just a number of very interesting matchups today. Also interesting, how about the uniform selection?
Not gonna lie, I think the powder blue Carolina color, legit on par with what we're normally used to seeing. Syracuse wearing orange at the Dome. I'm a little bit of a traditional, Cotter, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm used to them wearing white in the Dome. It's senior day, the captains picked orange, so be it.
Gary Gate knows a thing or two about wearing orange or white in the Dome back in his day as the greatest player of all time, and certainly the greatest in a long line of great players at Syracuse. And there's Joe Pesci, who would go against him in their playing days when he was at North Carolina.
Both class of 1990. They had some one-on-one matchups too. Gate, the midfielder. Pesci, the defender.
Let's get ready to get going here in the Dome. Winner earns a share of the ACC regular season title. Wambach gets the better of Mullen to start this game. We'll see Carolina on offense.
Yeah, this matchup's monster between Mullen and Wambach. Wambach, an upstate boy from Rochester, New York. Both sophomores. They'll be battling. That's what Syracuse needs. It needs those type of passes. You didn't see a ton of that in the Duke game last week.
Man, that middle of the field is not going to be for the faint of heart today. Picked up by the heels. He got it to Grant Pierce. Another face-off win for Carolina, looking for early offense. Duffy couldn't handle the pass, but tracks it down. Cuse back on top. Just to finish my thought before Hiltz's goal. If North Carolina wins, they'll lose the tiebreaker to Notre Dame, so they'll be the 2-seed. Matt with the shot. McCool steers it aside with his foot. Dangerous pass inside, going to get a loose ball push. And
Malone is a really good change of pace, especially against a heavy dodging volume team. Duffy's banged up. Outside of Duffy, who is consistently going to the rack for Carolina? You're going to ask these freshmen to do a lot, right? Wertheim and Suchek. Ryan Levy's going to have to go to the rack. But if you lose your main dodger, or if he's a little nicked up and not at 100%, I would almost... Brooks and Sawyer, or the 2 younger ones, Brooks at Johns Hopkins, Sawyer going to Brown, they're more of like a half-field offensive player who can kind of orchestrate an offense, be a quarterback from the midfield.
Face-off won by North Carolina. Can they keep possession for now? Yes. You'll see both English brothers actually checking each other in this game from time to time. And before the game, we were talking to Sam English about whether there might...
Ability to hit with low angle. This is a big story developing, too, at the Face-Off X. Brady Wambach has won 6 face-offs against Johnny Mullen's 0. Let's see if Mullen can adjust.
You see, we're going to be in Charlotte for the ACC Men's Lacrosse Championship semifinal. Games are Friday at 5 and 8 Eastern. Coverage begins with all ACC pregame at 4:30 next week. And like we told you in the open, if Syracuse wins this game, they're the 1 seed in that tournament. They're going to have to deal with North Carolina right now, though, in the middle of the field. Still no possession yet on this face-off. You get an official way off the play, making the call. With the new transfer rules, we're seeing more and more players from some of the lower level schools getting an opportunity for a year or two up here at the D1 level, and they're making the most of it.
Yeah, Grace also has international experience. He's one of the few players that were current college players in 2023 in San Diego when we were out there calling the World Championships. And Grace is a unique inside defender.
He scored his first goal of the night on his 10th shot, but it draws Carolina 2-1 midway through the second quarter. Mullen wins the draw.
I was telling you, he can respond. He was down 6-0 in this matchup against Wambach. The back of the helmet, or if he's got long hair, the mullet.
Mullen, look at the battle. Still Carolina got possession initially. Wambach off his back was able to get it to a teammate. What an effort. Here comes Hoffman. He's got lightning speed. Duffy does a nice job to catch it to keep possession.
The quickness and toughness out of Brevin Wilson.
Out of Concord, North Carolina, where Charlotte Motor Speedway is, right in the heart of NASCAR country. So it's lacrosse country as well. Wambach here, he can take the shot. Instead, he gets to Petramala. Spin move, he scores!
There it is again in the second. What's the use of bringing him into the half?
Right. Petramala was 0 for 9 shooting at one point to start this game. Now he has 3 goals in rapid succession.
What did I tell you?
When he finds his range,
forget it. He's one of the most he gets hot
shooter, as we often say in basketball. Works for lacrosse as well. What's at stake? Syracuse clinches the #1 seed in the ACC tournament with a win. With a loss, they're the 4 seed and would play the top seed Fighting Irish on Friday in Charlotte.
And if you lose that game, the loser of this game, if they lose a semifinal game in the ACC, then you have to start worrying about the rest of the turnover by Ty English, who had a couple last week against Notre Dame, like uncharacteristic of him. Just turning the ball over and then giving the offense another opportunity.
Look at Wambach just snatched that ground ball out of the air.
That's what's so impressive, Connor, right? It's not just the ability for these guys to win the clamp. So you win the battle, but you don't win the war, right? All of that toughness in the typical oomph from the attack, right? From a dodging standpoint. He's stepping up tonight. He's got multiple unassisted goals.
Face-off violation. Hoffman is really quick. Look out, though. Man, he's diminutive, too. Duffy thought about stepping.
But the reality, Cotter, is if you lose this game and then you lose the semifinal game, depending if there's anything a little nuts nationally, there's some bid stealers, right? Like, you think Army.
And you can see it's still Billy Dwan on Petro.
But he wasn't beaten on that last one. It looked like Chuck Chazinski was caught on Petramala. I just think he's doing the majority of the dodging. And if you were going to have Figueres on Duffy, until Duffy really shows you that he's back, because you know you'll get rewarded for your off-ball play. And Cortez on senior night cans it.
First Syracuse goal in over 13 minutes. Mullen wins the face-off. Just like they, and he scored the last so far. And it's a 2-goal lead for Carolina with 30 seconds left to go.
I don't know how Wambach wins that and then gets the ground ball, like all in one motion.
Carolina wanted a call, didn't get it.
These are these battles I talk about. This is still, to me, even though Wambach won it, he won that battle. He didn't win the war because of the push. This is going to be Syracuse ball. Oh!
No, they're going to call it against Syracuse. The Orange can't believe it.
I thought that was a push.
I thought it was going to go against Duffy. Instead, it goes the other way. And the fans here looking at the jumbotron here. Carolina is still a man up.
And it's 2 minutes. And that was another piece of that breakdown, too. Is that a 2-minute penalty? Direct contact to the head on Dwan. I thought maybe 1 minute. That's going to be 30 seconds.
That's going to be another penalty against Syracuse. Hoddle can't believe it. The fans can't believe it. Everybody's got their arms up on the bench. I think it's a legit call.
I do, too. agree with the 2 minutes for Dwan, maybe a minute. But what do you expect there? I mean, what are they doing? That is blatantly a push from the back. Right? He gets him in the back. That's from the rear.
I agree with you on that. Fans are, to your point, they're unhappy with how we got here in the first place.
Right? It was 9-7, and now the game is spin.
On Mullen, come back at the face-off dot here in this fourth quarter and even things out. It's been Brady Wambach for the most part, but here goes Mullen.
And that's a Mack truck boxing a player out. I mean, that is a big slab of beef.
That's want right there. And it's possession
away from the defense that allows Petromalo then to kind of get his seams. So Duffy's presence is huge in this game,
no
Connor.
Question about it. Wambach
A little bit more, drop the right plant foot, and then it's a sea of green to shoot at.
Mullen getting possession. Stays with the orange as McCarthy tracks it down. The Orange now have to play with a sense of
You're starting to feel it. Big goal against Notre Dame last week. 2 huge ones tonight.
Big collision. Mullen's going to win more of those big collisions and he's going to lose. And he keeps possession.
But getting back to Rutgers, this Carden Stoller guy, the sophomore from down in Baltimore, he's a different breed.
Right.
I mean,
he's stealing you 3 or 4 goals a game.
They beat Maryland this year.
Right. They've got a couple of big wins.
So if Rutgers
got another one today against Michigan.
If Rutgers was to win the Big Ten,
that takes
Syracuse is sweating bullets.
Yes.
They're more than likely to be on the road, and they're going to make the path to championship weekend so hard on themselves. Like they are going to have a doozy of a path. They're not going to be gifted anything.
No, and it's going to start against the Notre Dame team Friday in Charlotte, who's going to be a little ornery based on what happened the last time those two teams
met.
If
they won this game, you probably have more.
Played out. Had the big advantage. Allowed Syracuse to score, I believe, 3 in a row now. And now they have possession. So it is a far cry from being
117. That doesn't matter with 37 seconds left.
He wins another one. Inside, they score! Finn Thompson draws the Orange to within 1.
Connor, this is crazy. 2 minutes ago, there was no way that I saw this happening. You didn't, the fans didn't. Thousands left. But Syracuse and every player wearing orange, they kept plugging away. It was the man-up goals. It was the Spallina passes.
3 goals in 17 seconds.
And that last one happened in 5 seconds.
They're going to review a crease violation here by Thompson. So let's take a replay here.
He's good, it looks like, from that angle. Does he fall in the goal mouth? His stick in his right hand might have fallen in the goal mouth.
That is very close. Remember, the goal mouth is the semicircle inside the outer circle.
He's clean there. He doesn't step on the crease line.
He cannot land inside that semicircle.
Did he get touched by the defender at all?
He's definitely inside that semicircle. That's the goal mouth. That is completely off limits unless you are pushed into that goal mouth.
It didn't look like he was pushed at all.
No.
I mean, he spins